Hi, I'm Dominic Villa, owner of the Villa Group at Summit Funding. Today we are here with the infamous Deidre Joyner, top producing agent of Red Oak Realty at her home here in Redwood Heights. How you doing, Deidre?
I'm great. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you for sitting down with us. Year in, year out, you're constantly in the top producers of Red Oak. What do you do, or what is special about you or your business that allows you to be in that top tier year after year?
Well, thank you. That's quite a compliment. I think the thing that I really strive to do is to be really consistent in my work and be one that people can rely on, that they know what type of quality work that I put out year after year. They know what caliber of photography, content, finished product, if you will, that I put out to the market, so they know that I have a track record behind me. I think that helps.
Okay. Now you have consistency in kind of two frames then, it sounds like. You have a consistency with how you solicit business and a consistency with how you, say, promote the business you have or add to success of the business you have.
Right.
Can you give me a little detail on both of those avenues?
Absolutely. So I mail to both my geographical sphere of influence and past clients a minimum of once per month, oftentimes more. And when I send things to them, I try to have them be pieces of value as opposed to self-promoting pieces. And in terms of how I promote a listing, I really try to tell a story, make it the pictures and the angles of the pictures look a little bit more editorial. I really try to engage the consumer who is online or reading a postcard to want to come and put their shoes on and go see the property. And I try to sell things, I guess, from my heart, and put personal touches throughout.
And you do that with every listing?
Absolutely.
How do you do that with every, how do you put your heart into every listing?
Well, I personally try to take on so much business where I can have my hand in every single aspect of the job. I had a listing about 2 years ago where my client was doing 6 months of renovation, and it wasn't unusual for him to text me saying, what do you think of this paint color? Or I need a door knocker, or how about we help me pick out a light fixture? And I'm like, here are some ideas. I think that's the fun part of my job. I think that you have to do something because you love it. So I'm not in real estate because I want to be in sales. I'm in real estate because I like helping people, and I like being a facilitator, and I love design, and I like houses to feel like a home. So I like to marry the whole package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as we were talking a little earlier about, like I said, some personality traits. Mm-hmm. One thing you said that has really helped you said win listings, win business is really just having a very frank and direct approach. Yeah. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Okay, I'll give you an example. I had a listing about 3-4 years ago. I know that they interviewed multiple people. I was very honest with them, and I said, I've run the data multiple ways, and it looks like your house is pretty flat. Like, it's worth what you paid for it. And here's why I think that. And even still, I think that you should paint and change a couple light fixtures, because things in this neighborhood tend to stay on the market for long periods of time. And these are my suggestions, and here's the data to support that, and I just want to be frank with you. And I got the listing, I think, because they appreciated the honesty. They didn't want to play some game, and we ended up selling the property right around what I told them in 8 days, when things in that marketplace were lingering for 1, 2, 3 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. And so, do you think it builds like a better rapport, trust, or what do you think is the ultimate advantage of being, like I said, frank and maybe a little blunt up front at times?
I think that it's a stressful process to sell a house, especially, and a lot of people think, gosh, you have to do all this work, and then you're leaving it up to a stranger to say that they like the house and that they want to give you a lot of money for it. And I think that honesty is basically how I live my life in general, but honesty builds trust, and they know that they can come to me anytime, and I'm just gonna tell them, if we do this, I think that it's gonna work, and we've set the proper expectation, and so people feel like there's not gonna be as many surprises during the process, and I think that's reassuring.
All right, it's telling them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, for the last, 4 years, I've sold 100% of my listings. So, if somebody has an unrealistic expectation, in terms of, I want $1 million, but the data shows that it's really worth 8, maybe I'm not the person for you if you're not, because that's just testing the market, right? You're just, I don't want to disappoint anyone. So I just, obviously I want to beat the data and get really high list price to sell price for my clients, because that's my fiduciary duty to do so. But I also want people during this stressful time to have a realistic standpoint, and then hopefully I can under promise and over deliver.
All right. Now, when you say you have kind of that data, but your goal is to beat that data.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm competitive.
All right, that's beautiful. Now, what do you do in order to beat that data mark that you're targeting? So what are some things that you do with listings or with clients to help them break that threshold that is maybe even beyond what the market supports?
I really like to give fresh ideas to make the house stand apart from maybe their competition. Like to pay attention to details. I pick out light fixtures for my clients. I pick out plants for my clients. If staging isn't up to snuff, or I don't like everything, I've been known to put things in cabinets and bring stuff from my house. So I'm hands-on. I will, wipe down counters. I'll bring, bowls of green apples. I'll do whatever I can personally to make my clients successful, because their success is my success.
Now, how do you put this much time and energy into every facet of every listing you have while you still do this much business?
It's the fun part for me. It's also just part of my process, go and check on this. I was checking on a listing today, and I noticed a scratch on the counter that was installed. And I was like, yeah, you got to come fix this. And I said to him, don't buy the faucet yet. I want to pick that out. So I like that. I drink a lot of coffee. This job, I think, to do it well and to really have your hand in it, for me, is more than an 8-hour-a-day job. But I do take time off, but I make sure my clients are well taken care of. And I like that. I like people feeling happy.
All right. I like it.